Hello and welcome to Thehayteamtv. Finally, the good old southwest skyball is up in the air, and two, we got grass on the ground. This is what I'd call sort of late cut, which what I mean by late cut is it basically is first cut. It's first cut, but it's later than usual. It is grazed late, but when we wanted to cut this, there was like nothing out here. Now, I don't know if you can see on the sheer depth of rows, there's a serious amount of grass. Problem is, we are out of dry hay, and we're trying to figure out if we're going to be able to make this to hay in basically 3 days. We got 21 to 23 degrees, averaging, fingers crossed. Yeah, and we're scratching our head on it. So, but we've got to just try our luck and try it. Worst case scenario, the worst thing that's going to happen is it's going to get baled up as haylage and not as hay. But hopefully it does. But it has been absolutely miserable, hasn't it? For all of us. Everyone across the UK, I don't know where else you are in the world. Some of you are probably suffering from fires or drought, rain, floods. We've just had this grey, horrible amount of rain while the rest of the world, or majority of the world, is burning. So everyone's got their issues. And it is hindering harvest in pretty much the whole UK. So down here, all we got to do is cut grass and need to make hay, which we do need a prolonged amount of weather. But I don't envy the boys with combines, especially in the last 2 years where it's been like pretty easy. Now everyone's having to get their corn dryers back out and get them like rigged up and going. So yeah, what a wonderful world we are in at the moment. So as I can imagine, we haven't put a video up for 2 weeks. We've been pissed off, grumpy, stressed. There's all sorts of things going on, trying to get parts for the factory, and I will go into that more at another point in this video. Right, I'm out on delivery. Well, I've just been on delivery. I just come back across the border. The bridge between Devon and Cornwall is getting absolutely pissing stupid. It was like 320 in COVID. Now it's 520. It's already been 460. It's like every conceivable pissing thing is getting more and more expensive because our stupid government can't sort any bloody thing out. After all the COVID, they just kept the money printers on and didn't sort out interest rates then. So now they're freaking now in to throw it at us, and it's all getting a bit nuts. It's those moments of time where you think Guy Fawkes' pity didn't actually succeed and burn the place down, and we might have had a different sort of government, but unfortunately they caught him. But there's a bit of a rant on that. I'm just pissed off, absolutely livid. I think anything anyone, it's not just me, all of you guys are going to be the same. Anything you're going to buy is so much more expensive than it used to be, and let's see, some things like food inputs are going to have changed, but loads of stuff, there is nothing changed on that bridge. Nothing. It's still a bridge. It's the same bridge it was 3 years ago, the same bridge it was 10 years ago, but yet it's more expensive to cross it. This country, the UK, is absolutely taking the piss in multiple different ways at the moment. So, how was your holiday? Wet. Anything eventful happen on your holiday?
No, not really.
No, nothing?
No.
Nothing you want to talk about?
No, nothing.
Nothing you want to disclose at all?
Nope.
No, not at all?
Nope, nothing happened.
It went absolutely swimmingly?
Yeah.
Perfect?
Fine.
100%?
Yep.
Not a problem?
Nope.
Not one?
Nope.
Apart from?
Nothing. Everything went swimmingly.
Everything went swimmingly?
Just wet.
He might tell you later, he might not. Another little thing, the chicks that we hatch now have got feathers. They are quite large and they are now outside rather than inside, causing carnage and killing and murdering multiple amounts of insects. So if you're a vegan, you probably won't want to watch these too long because they are natural born predators. They also can become victims if they weren't in this little safe space we've created them, but generally they're absolute murderers. And if you can see a little spider on my finger, I will put it here and see if, oh, the spider's running away. Oh well, I'm sure they'll find it. But yeah, that is a new site for the chicks, which is also a bit of a thing we are trying to work out if we are going to hatch or have chicks in for a new batch of layers, or whether we're going to buy pointer lays, something that we're all sort of talking about at the moment. Baling shed is shut down for a few days because one, we've worn out a great big electric motor that goes in there, so all the cabling is disconnected and left taped so it's safe. In here there is a trip there, which is a brand new trip. It's a trip that we replaced literally 10 days ago, and that trip we've burnt out testing the motor, trying to get the motor to do things to see if the motor had gone or whether the gearbox had gone. So that trip is also a part we're waiting for. And then on top of that, somewhere down this end, so in these banks here, it's a bunch of computer stuff, and basically one bit of it is really acting up, or at the moment we've sort of devised it down to that one element, but if that element is working correctly, there's a problem in power feed to it, which means there's a short or a rat or something is possibly, or a mouse is bitten through a cable somewhere and it's shorting out, and it's giving a non-consistent voltage. Does that make sense? So we're on a big search of that. I have blitzed the back of the shed with Roundup and killed it all so we can get back there and really have a good look around. But we can wait a couple of days for that to happen, even though I did that a few days ago, so it'll be getting about there now. But that is being temperamental, so we're not plain sailing baling like we want to, but we are making something outside. What yet? So it's just not plain sailing. Now, if you haven't yet done so, please hit the subscribe. That is most appreciated. Give us a thumbs up. That'd be fantastic. Help support our channel. Share if you care, because the way farming going, YouTube might one day become the actual sole manufacturer of the business. So, yeah, the more eyes, the better. The more eyes, the better. As a terrible supermarket that I might tear into in a minute, every little helps. Now on the earlier part of the video, you saw that I was cutting late cut. This is our second cut, which is yield-wise looking pretty good. Wonderful that we had all that rain. Let's fingers crossed it stays up there. Like if we could just clear that cloud off there and that bit off there, that'd be great. All that rain we've had, everything's grown like crazy, which is fantastic. Yields way up on last year's second cut, way up. They're borderline a average first cut, so that is a huge bonus at the moment. One field over there, that was a bit subpar, got hit a bit hard in the sun, when it was dry, hasn't recovered quite as well as everything else. This field though is quite spectacular because it has about 9 springs in different places going through it, so it's almost like self-irrigates. So even in that hot time, this was still growing. But Ad is heading this side out, my old man's heading the other side out. Everything's drying. I've got to go get Rat. As I'm strapping up for another delivery, and my old man and Ads are out tedding. It's a solar rain, which isn't helping anything. So hopefully that pisses off in a minute, because we're running out of year, we're running out of days, we're running out of months to get everything done. And us and everyone else, I'm sure will be in agreement, we just want the sun to come back out. So I suggest to everyone, next summer, even if we're in a drought, we just get over it and just keep it hot, because it's far more enjoyable, a lot less stressful. It's even proven in a drought, even stock don't have to eat as much in a drought because it's hot, and they don't need to do as much to keep condition. Does that make sense? They just need water, fair bit of water, and some forage. But it's not as much as they have to keep condition in the winter when they're under way more stress. So I advocate for, like, the drought we had was totally fine. It's not like droughts they get in, like, mid-Europe and like the Sahara. It wasn't that bad, was it? It was just bad for us. So I would rather be in hot sunny summer than getting dripped on right now, which is depressing. Until like this moment, or until these last few days, I've been pretty much wrapped in a hoodie. So it's actually nice being in a t-shirt, even though now I get rained on. What have we got?
The new motor.
New motor. Looks shiny. Right motor? Done all checks? Happy with it?
I don't know, because Alex has got my old motor.
Oh, no he hasn't.
Where is it?
That's still in there.
In where?
In where I picked this up from. No one told me to bring the old motor back.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because it was beside this one.
Oh, excellent.
I'm not going back to Salt Ash.
We might have to.
You have to pick up in the morning. You literally live near there. Well, this is awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one told me to bring the old one home.
No.
Oh, I'm sure it's our old one on the floor. Positive. Might not been, if we're lucky.
I don't think so, because Alex only phoned up for it. Alex got in the back of his truck.
Oh, let's hope he has.
I hope so, because I think I'm going to need it.
We're going
to capacitor.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to have to get hold of Alex. Lack of sleep. Yeah. Lack of sleep. Yeah. This little fella's not playing ball at home, is it? So you're waiting for Big Bob to get out of the way to take your head off. We're going to go baling. But we can't make our mind that we're going to bait all of it or chance it. Bullocks are bedded up, and so we hop over. So constantly dumping stuff in. Yes, before anyone sort of just puts out there, oh, your hay rack's empty. Well, when we put that load on the floor, there's hay, haylage, straw all mixed together. So they've got that for a minute, and then we'll fill the rack up later on before the end of the day. But at the moment, we're going baling to get all this grass sorted out. Well, actually half the grass. We're going to take a chance on the other half. See how it goes, because it's too green to bale. There's too much of it. It hasn't dried as fast as the second cut stuff. So that stuff is going to basically just stay where it is. The moment when you walk in the wrong shed, in order to tell you guys what's going on. Old motor packed up there. New motor is on, which is now, as you can see, up there. So that's ready to go. But we are waiting for another new breaker, or circuit breaker, which then trips out the doffer so that area doesn't overload. So we are waiting for that. Until that gets here, we're kind of like twiddling our thumbs, because that's what happened. Shed, which was a huge catch up on, is now emptying again, which is, it's good at everything selling, but it's also annoying that we can't keep up. Now I keep walking around and I actually need a telehandler. Ties on the day, bales going in. The reason there's 2 bales going in at the moment is because the ram for the rear bale slide basically is gone, popped itself a leak and sprayed hydraulic oil over the back of the tractor. So as they're not going to be very many bales, he's just bringing twos down. This field's done, this field's done. It's not a very heavy crop. We've got a wedding reception to have in this field, so that's why it is had to be cut. This is the lightest field out of the lot. Big boss man is baling away. It's a bit tiny rows, but we just did these couple of fields over on the farm. So we need this field's car park. And there's a moody sky, which wasn't actually forecast today. We're supposed to have sunshine this afternoon. A bit of change of scenery, grab myself a bale, spin it around here, beautiful. I'll have to go to the other field, one more field left. We're pretty much done today because we're going to leave the other fields out in the rain, and I'll talk to you more about that in a minute. So that little stack there is all we got from those 4 fields, and the rain has managed to get here. So that was obviously done yesterday. This is today. It's about midday, or just gone past midday, and the rain's got here. So it's, yeah, unfortunately raining on the grass that we got over there. But as long as it only rains for 24 hours, it'll still be all right. And I don't know what everyone else thinks about this. We've always had this sort of logic. When rain rains on grass, it's always easier to dry it down the second time. Once that plant is detached from its root system and it's been bent up and that skin film around the plant is being broken up, once rain, any bit of acid in the rain gets in and helps break that film down even more, the plant dries out even quicker. So fingers crossed, this helps us out, because we've always got to look at the positive. This helps us out and not hinder what we're trying to do. Because it's like this, and the baling shed's still not working, we are tidying. And what I mean by that is all the cardboard tubes and stuff we are burning. And what everyone says, they're cardboard tubes. It's cardboard. That's it. Now, as I completely forgot to do an ending to the video of this week, if you want to find out what happens to our hay that is getting currently rained on, tune in next week. Hope you've enjoyed watching the video. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Press subscribe also, that would help very much. If you want to find any more information, you can find it on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat and Twitter. Otherwise than that, hope you guys have had a good week of harvesting, if you've been doing so, and hopefully we get even better weather than we had this week next week. Cheers.